It is a nice change of temperature. It's a little cool. It's been raining off and on. Matter of fact, I've been soaked twice this morning, and I went in and changed my clothes both those times. And I'm not interested at all in getting wet right again. Not again. So I am under two nice spruce here where it's fairly dry. The mosquitoes are pretty thick. So I want to clear up a few things. One, I know my videos, my content, my delivery, if you will, my backdrops aren't fancy. I don't care if they're fancy or not. I just don't care. So I know my videos don't live up to certain people's expectations, I guess. So I'm not going to change for anyone. I'm not going to change for anyone. A lot of you like it because you just do. A lot of you don't because my videos are not professionally done. I don't have time to be professional, folks. I just don't. And I don't think I want to either. That's just not my forte. It's just not. Another reason people, well, I already did a community post, I guess, that people don't like it when I don't respond or acknowledge their comments. I've already addressed that, and people, you can either take it or leave it. That's just what I think of it. I don't have to continue to explain certain things. You either take my word for it or you don't. Another thing people comment on that they wished I would do more of, and that is showing more of what I do and my surroundings, including inside my house, my pantry, my garden, more of my birds, more of what I have, and more of what I do for projects. Folks, I show as much as I want to show. Now, I know, I really enjoy when people post about their gardens because I really enjoy to see how other people garden. I get that. But I also know and understand why people do not show their gardens. And it's not because, well, they say they have a garden. They probably do have a garden, but it's probably not a neat garden. It probably is full of weeds, and it's probably half eaten by something. Well, that could be true. Now, I've had deer issues recently. I have wild turkey issues. My geese like to follow me up in the garden, especially if I'm up there and I am either humming or singing or whatever, because that's what I do, because no one can hear me. I can sing right to the top of my lungs. Well, it makes me happy, and apparently they don't mind, right? So a lot of times my geese will go up and they'll nibble on this and nibble on that, and I'll shoo them out of the garden. Then I'll go up there and try to be mindful not to be so vocal, right? So, yeah, my garden has weeds. I try to keep on top of them. My garden, I'm not going to say is weed free, but I can tell you my garden is looking pretty good. Things are coming along. I've harvested quite a lot. I strung my cucumbers up. Some of them stayed, some of them didn't. We've got some wind. We've had horrible rains, folks, in short spurts. My garden is looking really good. It doesn't mean that I'm going to show my garden. There's a couple of reasons why I don't show my garden. One, I consider that my personal space. Yes, I show my experimental garden because maybe somebody can can learn with me on what works for me or what may not work for me. That's why it's an experiment. And maybe they're in the same boat. They have more compost than they do soil. Or they just have a lot of compost and want to try another method, like my potatoes, right? My potato method from what 2 or 3 years ago. I did a whole series on that. So my garden is looking really good. Around my plants, there are very few weeds, and any weeds that are there are from 2 days ago until now. So it's not because my garden is full of weeds. It's not because I say I have a garden and don't have a garden. I truly do have a garden, and it's a pretty good sized one, folks. There's some things I want to show, and there's some things I don't. Now, it's apparently this common theme that if you have a homestead that you show everything that you've got. Well, that's not wise, folks. It's not wise. And it might be if times are good, people were good, and you don't think there's some kind of food crisis coming down the road, that you might show a lot of what you grow. Here, I live alone. I live in the woods. Communication is minimal at best. That's why I have two forms of communication, right? A cell phone and a walkie-talkie for relaying messages, case of emergency, all that, right? I just figure, why show everything that you've got when you don't have to? That's just what I think. If times were better and I didn't live alone and I didn't live in the woods and I trusted people, then I might do a whole video series on my garden. I don't think that's safe. No more than I would inviting you, not that it's you folks who have been following me for a long time. It's not you folks. It's the people that say, oh, I know who that lady is, just scrolling through. She looks familiar. Oh, I think she lives in the same town I do. And they might be a little nefarious. So why would I bring my camera into my house, give a tour of my house, give a tour of everything that I have, show my pantry, how I organize my pantry. I can tell people how I organize my pantry, but people want to see it. And sometimes I believe that people do pantry videos. Some are sincere. I truly believe that. Some just want to show off what they've got. Although you should be proud of anything that you have stored, canned up, jarred up, prepared, repackaged, put in buckets, mylar, whatever you all do, you should be proud of that, but not to the outside world. That make any sense? It makes sense to me. So, I don't know, folks. Maybe I'm just too cautious. Maybe I've been burned a few times, so I've learned my lesson over the years. That could be it too. I'm just not going to do that. So if you're looking for a channel that's going to show everything that they've got, take tours of your home, take tours of everything that you grow in your garden, the size of your garden, what you put up, that is completely and totally up to that person. There's nothing wrong with that. I just don't want to do it here for me on this channel. So if that's what you're looking for, then you're not going to find it here, folks. Do I show snippets of what I grow? Yes, I do. I don't go up and down every row. I don't go to each garden plot or each fruit plot or each nut plot or every place that I have something growing. I do not do that, and I will not do that. Most of my family doesn't even know what I grow and where I grow it. Not that I don't trust my family. It's just we don't socialize long enough to talk about that. We talk about the most important stuff. Like this thing that happened Saturday, July 13th. That was what? Week and a half, 2 weeks ago. There's none of us on this family that have had that conversation or discussed that incident when we've seen each other. It's always about, well, I think I have a problem bear, and I think I have a problem bear here. About the bear that likes to accompany in my garden. It's not going away when I speak to it. It's not going away when I holler at it. I am now to the point of banging 2 plastic buckets together to get it to maybe walk off. And then it just circles the outskirts of my garden. That might be a problem bear. That's what we talk about. We talk about, I am going to be gone for 4 days. This person is coming in and staying at my house. Just so you know, I will not be around. I won't be able to answer the walkie-talkie if there's an issue. This person, which we all know and trust and know, friends of the family, will be staying at my house tending to my dogs and my animals. I will be back on such and such a day. Or it's, I've got to go work in the office this day and this day. There's going to be another vehicle coming in here because I have some roof repair that I've got to do. So if you see a vehicle that you don't recognize, it might be coming up to my place. That's the topics and conversations that we have in here. Very seldom do we talk about things like July 13th. Very seldom, folks. So, I don't even know where I was going with that. But it's 12 minutes. I'll probably put some pictures together, put it to music, which some of you like and some of you don't. But that's what I want to do today. That's what I'm in the mood for. So that's what I'm going to start the video with. So you've probably already seen it. Boy, the baby geese are growing fast. Wow. They're probably almost just over half the size of the parents, the adults here. I will show you a picture that I took of a mama goose on the compost pile. I'll show you that. And a short video of the baby ducks. And that'll be it, folks. That'll be it. So if some of you think that I come on here to talk about nothing, or come on here to make excuses, for those in my personal life, you know I don't make excuses. I think excuses are a cop-out for just about anything. I truly do. There might be legit reasons for this and that, but don't feed me any bullshit excuses. And I don't feed bullshit excuses. I don't have bullshit excuses. So that's just who I am. These are what the videos are for. Some of you still keep coming back. Thank you very much. For any new subscribers, thank you very much. And I am still unable, folks, to get on and read any comments. Any comments. It just says something, retry, and I could retry all day long, and it's not going to bring up any of the comments, folks. So please be patient. I am trying to be patient. Be patient, and I might have to end up contacting YouTube to see what is what. Right? All right. Bye-bye.